All right, so this is our new format of show. We're still doing the weekly show and the Patreon, which I suggest you check out. But this is going to be like our rundown, quick show, quicker version. We're going to try to do it during the week, just like outline the previous day's news topics, stuff in politics, the economy, social, pop culture and stuff like that. It's going to be shorter. We're going to be more casual before we get to our weekly episodes that are dropped every Sunday or Monday. Are more serious. So we're going to do something a little bit more casual, some lighter topics, shorter topics of the day. I'm here with my boy KD, who's going to talk about his favorite topic: woke, gay, fat, retarded commercials. Isn't that right?
Yes.
All right, which one's there's like a couple out there. What was the what's the latest one?
So okay, so I found the one that I was talking about with
Oh,
Starbucks.
Starbucks. Okay, that's another one.
So apparently it's Starbucks according to the NBC News. Starbucks India ad starring trans model goes viral with mixed reactions.
Wait, they had a
It's,
trans what?
so it's an Indian Starbucks India ad
Oh my
starring
God.
trans model goes viral with mixed reactions.
I'm surprised and this was aired in India.
I think so. Let me check it out because
I'm
I
surprised.
just heard about it right now, which is
Uh,
funny.
I'm surprised it's mixed reactions and not all bad reactions. But they have to lie about it. They have to be like, oh, some people liked it.
A new Starbucks India campaign featuring a trans model has caused a stir among social media users worldwide.
Hmm.
This must be in India.
What was it? A guy who's a woman?
Obviously.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because if it's a woman being a guy, they're usually just mass shooters.
That is true.
Yeah. So
Um, Try to see the person's name. But there's a lot of them so far.
is it Chandrasekhar Anapuram?
No. What happened to him, by the way? I haven't seen
Chandrasekhar
him in a long
Anapuram?
time. Yeah.
Bro, we haven't seen that dude since high school, bro. We haven't seen that guy like in over like a decade at this point.
He
The
was
dude
a
has
good
the
man.
best Indian name. Yo, imagine he's the guy in the Starbucks ad.
Stop.
Some fat Indian guy just dancing around, drinking coffee. Is that pretty much the ad?
Woman power.
Woman power.
I haven't seen the ad. I don't think I want to, honestly.
You want to.
Um,
You haven't seen it.
but it's so weird. And I'm pretty sure you've also noticed this. It's not even Pride Month yet. Like when is Pride Month actually? June
Yeah,
or July?
that's I think it is June. I don't even know, man. I remember one time they were gonna do weren't they gonna do
Uh,
like a Pride Month or like Trans People Month during like Black History Month and all the black people got mad, like, oh hell no, that's our month.
yeah, it's June.
By the way, it's all stupid. Like there should be no months at all. It should just be like a whole year, no months, just straight 1 to 365.
You guys gotta understand how weird this is. Like we're constantly getting so much advertisement from
I'm one.
trans, mainly biological men from to a woman. We don't see a lot of biological female going to a man. It makes no sense because you're getting these constant ads from Adidas, from Bud Light, from Starbucks, since from last month and then this month. It's like why are they constantly pushing this stuff? It just makes no sense. Like what benefits these companies like from financial perspective or reputation? They want to try and grab that, the whole LGBTQ plus ABCDEFG community. It's so weird. It really is.
Oh my God, I just saw this ad. I'm watching this ad right now for Starbucks. Yeah, this I can't right now. It's hilarious. It's so fucking hilarious to me. Oh, I can't take any Indian stuff in English seriously at this point.
And now they're bringing the Indian person in, and honestly, like this is when it becomes personal.
Yeah, because you're Indian. And
Exactly, and we don't fuck around with that stuff.
do you know any Indians named what they call this guy? He's a woman, by the way. He turned into a
I think
woman.
it started with letter A or something.
Yeah. Arpit. ARPIT. Arpits.
Armpits.
Arpit, where are you? I'm
Ar-
calling you to see where you are. This is pretty much what this is like these like Indian parents are in the middle of the Starbucks. I
Arpita?
guess Arpit. No, no, no. It's this Indian guy. It's this Indian dude. That's who he's trying to FaceTime him. And so the dad and the mom are sitting there and they're calling Arpit, I guess their son. And they're like FaceTiming him, and you see this Indian guy, like he's like an Indian guy, he's like probably like 30 years old, typical average Indian looking dude. And then like he doesn't pick up, and the next thing you see is that this woman who's a guy
Mhm.
walks in and just sits down there and is just like, I know you have not seen me in so much time.
Hashtag it starts with your name. Oh, I mean, what does that mean?
The dad's just like sitting there like, okay. And the mom's like happy, supportive, she's smiling.
Well, of course the mom's gonna do that.
Nodding. And the dad's just like looking around and like digesting it. And the daughter's like staring at him, like, thank you for meeting me, Papa. I'm literally, I know it has been years. I'm literally reading this verbatim. But you still mean the world to me.
Of course the mom's gonna be supportive. This is why
And
single
the
moms
dad just
shouldn't have
nods.
kids.
I guess he's looking around, but he can't make eye contact. So the dad gets up and he's like, coffee. And the son, who's now a woman, but I feel like I don't even know who this is. He nods. He walks to the counter and I guess he's buying coffee. By the way, nothing has been advertised yet. I don't like I like since when did ads become like like lecturing points? It's like a lecture hall. That this literally
As these days have become so sad.
it's like they're not
Like
advertising anything. What's the product? Like, are you telling me to go to Starbucks? Like, people are going to Starbucks anyways. Like, what is Howard Schultz doing?
exactly.
By the way, this is his way to just pretty much. I know why they're doing this because he got in trouble for the unions. I don't know if you remember. He was brought to Congress. He was in the Congress like I think 2 weeks ago, and I guess he got in trouble because I guess they're not letting coffee makers unionize, which is the stupidest thing ever. It's like, why do people who make coffee need to unionize? That's stupid. It's like it's a minimum wage job.
They want everyone to
They do.
unionize.
The Democrats do want everybody. It's because we all know why. For power. And so I it's 2 minutes long. I've watched a minute 20. I have yet to see anybody drinking coffee. He went to order it and then he sat back down. I guess I suppose the point of this, I can not predict this. So the power story here is I guess the Starbucks person is going to write some dude's name on a cup. And that means that that's supposed to mean something, I guess. Your habits have not changed. That's the dad. And the
Why
son's
are you
like,
doing the Indian accent, man?
and then this girl who's at the coffee said, and I guess
I didn't even know what you said there. I think you were talking so loud that everything just like blanked off.
well she said this Indian girl who's at the bartender. She's saying because
You did
the
it
point of
again.
the story is Arpita is the it's not arpit, it's Arpita now.
No,
So
I'm gonna call it armpit.
Arpita looks back and sees that my dad ordered my coffee under my female name, even though I'm a dude. Um, and he's saying for me. And by the way, he has like the typical head nod for the. So he's like, for me, you are still my kid.
You're still my kid.
And Arpit is gonna cry. And then he's just like, only a letter has gotten added to your name. And the dude is like gonna cry, but no one's yet gotten their coffee. Which, by the way, that just shows how unrealistic this is. It's like, dude, get up and get your coffee. Like too much time has passed by between the person saying Arpita, coffee for Arpita, and Arpita getting up to get it. Like, get up and get your coffee. Why are you still sitting down? Go. And why is nobody ordering coffee? Everybody's just sitting there. It starts with Arpita. It starts with your name.
So
That's the
a
point of
sp-
it.
so a spokesperson for Starbucks said that despite the backlash, the company will continue to support the trans community. Um,
Who
Do
complained
I?
about this beforehand?
No, I don't even know if anyone complained about this.
Who's
So
been complaining? Who
do
told?
I think that they'll lose a lot of money? I don't know because Starbucks is too popular.
And it's also very live. So if we get Starbucks, is
Yeah,
pretty much a live
yeah,
at this point. It's like I don't give a shit about that. I mean, I don't give a
yeah.
fuck like that
If you
anymore,
see
anyways.
all these white girls, they'll get Starbucks every 2 hours.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it's
I don't think they'll run any money. You
no, they're
know.
not gonna lose any money. I mean, they'll lose money
Um,
like
since when did okay, quote unquote, or from the spokesperson at Starbucks, we unequivocally support the LGBTQIA2 plus. What the fuck is two plus?
math.
But they don't know math.
I don't know, but you know what's funny is that the LGBTQ has a B in it, which means bi, which means there's two genders. So like, doesn't
Yeah,
that just crash into our alphabet?
yeah. That's how stupid they are.
It's like it's done. Like, there's nothing like you can't say there's multiple, but then be like I'm bi. You know what they
I
say though?
don't.
You know what they say now though? It's
What?
like bisexual just means you like two of the various genders, which is just stupid because that just means that you're like gay. Doesn't mean any like I don't.
Yeah, it just means gay
There's
or
no logic
lesbian.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the next
I
ad?
don't. I don't know what the two plus means. I'm assuming more than two genders.
Two plus is I suppose it means two plus. I guess it's like the beginning of an equation. They're just waiting for another number. What's the next ad? Because this one was just stupid. It's hilarious, but it's just stupid. I think this is probably the funniest one. I've seen the other one. Now this one's the funniest one.
Whoa. While you do that, I'm actually curious what does two plus mean.
Oh my lord.
Me-
All right, so
how
the
the
next
hell
one is what? The Ford one, where the gay people with a gay truck.
Yeah, Ford fucked it up so bad, man.
Yeah, now I hate it because I have Ford cars here, and my family has always had Ford.
Oh no.
There's another ad out.
No, hold up. 2SLGBTQ plus is an abbreviation that stands for two spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer.
Why did Ford India come up here?
So it means two spirit.
God damn it.
What the fuck does two spirit means?
I think it's the one where they think they're like a beaver and also like a walrus at the same time.
Oh, you mean like a furry?
I think that's what they mean. I don't know. I don't know because now they think that they're souls that have like two different
Okay,
spirits.
now they're doing it too much because they're bringing all this shit
Now they're
up.
doing it too much. This is
Well,
the moment
they've
where
been doing
you
it for a
say,
long ass time, but I mean, like the
"This
fact
is
that
the
they
moment."
added. No, I mean the fact that they added two spirit, it makes no sense.
None of that. It didn't make sense when they started the thing.
They want to bring all this shit up, and they want us to accept it. But then when we don't want to accept it, they get pissed off at it, and then they talk about how life is horrible. You guys are the one that bring it up. We're not the ones doing it.
आप
Um,
इसको भी सर्विस करा देंगे हमारी पहली गाड़ी चलती नहीं है बट आज मॉम का बर्थडे है
That's the Ford India, and I don't know why that showed up, but I decided that that was very important to share it here. Let me see. Let me see if I can hear Apita.
I didn't want to hear that. Nah, Ford fucked it up big time because I was thinking
कॉफी फॉर पिता
my next car that I wanted to get
Oh,
is either a
Arpita,
Ford.
not Armpita.
Excuse me, I'm speaking here,
I'm still interested on knowing what's going on with Arpita.
dumb cunt. Um, I was thinking about getting either Ford, a GMC, or what was another one I wanted to get?
The Tesla, yeah.
Yeah,
The Tesla truck.
no, no, I'm done with the Tesla, man.
Yeah, no, that's stupid.
I was thinking Toyota, but I don't know about Toyota.
Yeah, I like Toyota.
But since Ford put that
Yeah,
ad
Ford
out,
is I'm just
I just
yeah, I'm
lost it.
done. I'm out of here. And I want a Bronco too. I want a Bronco. I do
Yeah,
want one,
Broncos are nice.
but I'm not getting one now because it's just so stupid, man. Um, we're gonna run. I'm gonna run through the other ones before I go like off on like a theory I have because everybody's like saying like everybody on the right's like, why is this happening? Why are all these people becoming woke all of a sudden? It's like now it's no. There's a reason why. I have a theory as to why. Um, yeah, it was like the pickup trucks are driving. Like it starts off like a normal Ford advertisement, and then all of a sudden the pickup truck turns gay. It just turns gay. It's like, well, like it just has a rainbow on it, and all of a sudden, like it just goes into like a puddle of water, and it turned gay. And I'm just like,
Yo, when I first saw that, I'm like,
what just
what
happened?
color is that? That should
It
look
was like a
disgusting.
rainbow, and I was like,
It
I
was
saw this funny quote.
disgusting
I saw
looking.
this funny meme. It was like, Jesus didn't make rainbows for your mental illness.
Ooh,
I saw that one. He made it for the earth, not your mental illness. I was like, that's hilarious.
wow.
That's hilarious. And no, but yeah, it's like, what? Why does everything a rainbow? It's like, dude, I can't go outside and look at the sky because the sky's gay after it rains. It's like,
Yeah, it's like every time you look at the rainbow, you just look at yeah, you just think about something else.
it's just like, fuck, it's gay outside. Like today's a pretty gay day. It's gay in the
God,
forecast.
the sky is so fucking homo.
Yeah, it was like, oh, it looks like we got a. It was a. I didn't know there was a 20% chance of gay today.
You're just gonna spread its gayness on all of us.
There's a gay overcast. Now, and it's like, but it's like, again, it's like the same thing as the other ones. It's like Starbucks, I get, because that's kind of their market. So it's like, okay, I get it. You're already libbed anyways. But then it's like Miller Lite, Budweiser. It's like the people who buy this are not liberals. They're really not. I mean, not. I mean, Miller Lite and Budweiser, yeah, they're not mostly part. But like Ford, it's like a lot of Ford's money doesn't come from like the Ford Fusion or the Ford Explorer. It comes a lot. It does for the police cars, but a lot of it comes from its like commercial fleet vehicles, the F series, the E series, the Transit series now, like all of those trucks. That's where they make a lot of their money because those cars are just they're commercial, like they're for heavy duty use. And I don't see a lot of those guys saying, "Oh yeah, I love Ford because it's a gay truck." Like I bet a lot of them watched that advertisement. Many of the ones that did are probably like, "What the fuck just happened here? Like, is my truck gay?"
Mhm.
Like I just don't like. I don't get why anybody who's been at Ford, and there's people who are at Ford for like 20 years who work there and probably in the marketing room with a bunch of these young people and literally let them say, "Yeah, no, we're gonna make a pickup truck gay." It's like, what? Why? And why? And what? How does that help us? Like, what are trans people gonna buy pickup trucks now? They don't like trucks. They don't like gas, anyways. They like. I mean, these people like electric vehicles. They hate Elon, but they still buy Teslas. It's like I don't see them. I don't see this. I don't see the connection. Like, are they trying to like get ahead of the curve? No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's so stupid. And then no, yeah, and like what you said, it's like if I'm gonna get a truck, if I want to get a truck, it's like I might as well just get like a GM now until GM fucks it up, which it probably will.
It probably will, man. But
Yeah, it's like
we're just waiting to see who's gonna be next.
yeah, because Volvo, who I like a lot, they pretty much said that they're not making any more gas powered vehicles again. Like everything after I think like 2026 is gonna be electric. So for me, it's like okay, I'm fucked. I can never buy a Volvo then because I don't want electric. I want gas. You know what I mean? It's like, and that company is pretty much owned by the Chinese now, so that company's fucked. And I like Volvo, which sucks. Yeah, no, it's probably gonna be Toyota. Like I like Tundras too. Like people, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like Tundra. I've driven the new Tundras. I like them. They're
How was
pretty
it?
good.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really fast. They're faster than you think, and they're spacious. They're comfortable, and it's like most Toyotas, not difficult to fix. They have recalls and everything. All these cars have recalls, but it's like that's not a big deal because it's you can get it fixed for free.
Right.
Um, but it's like I'd rather do that. It's like the beer. It's like okay, I guess instead of Budweiser and Miller Lite, I'm gonna drink Yuenling or something. Because
Yo,
Stella and
oh my God. Yeah, but
Heineken's pretty much on the verge of going gay because it's like already with the diversity thing.
I mean
Every
Heineken's pretty
commercial is
trash, man.
who Heineken?
I'm not a huge fan of Heineken.
I mean, it's probably one of the more popular beers. It's like
It's
supposed to
popular,
be.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
I like
personally,
it.
not a
I
huge
don't
fan.
mind it. I don't mind it, and I'm not that big of a beer guy anymore. Like not like I used to be. But if I'm gonna get beer, it's like I might as well just bring Yuenling now because that's American.
That's my
The
favorite.
owners donate to Trump. They're actually MAGA, and it's like I'd rather do that because that's that's actually supporting what I believe in. Because nowadays that's the problem now. everything you buy is a political stance, unfortunately, because the left made it so. It's like I bought a car because I'm a liberal and I love saving the planet. It's like, no, you bought it because you have to get to your job, you dumbass whore. Like, what are you talking about? Are you stupid? I bought this car because I'm a liberal. It's like you're fucking stupid. No, you bought it because you have to get around. Like who talks like that? That's the problem nowadays. It's like who talks like that? Like that's so stupid. Like don't you like see what they're saying? It's like I bought these headphones because I'm a MAGA guy. It's like that's so stupid. How does that benefit me? How who is that? What is that helping me in? How? It doesn't. It's like it's to make you look good. It's all ego because all the people have like massive egos, and they're like they have narcissistic qualities. Some of them are also like sociopaths, so they like try to flaunt themselves up and I guess like pump themselves up by saying like I have this, I bought this because I'm better than you. It's like that South Park episode of when everybody was buying electric cars, and everybody was getting
Mhm.
all smug and arrogant, and the town literally got like contaminated by like smug because
Right.
everybody was getting like so arrogant that they had an electric car. It was like, I'm saving the planet. Good for you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Like that
Yeah.
was
Yeah. Whenever someone say I'm saving the planet, I don't. Sorry, but I'm not gonna take you serious.
yeah, it's like
But what's going on with Miller Lite though?
well, they had that commercial where there's these women who pretty much think that because they're women they can't be men, which is like that's how it works. And so she's apparently what I've noticed is that feminists and these ultra feminists in the woke crowd, they can't make the difference between a dude who does manual labor and a woman who's making ale with barrel. Like they say like they're saying like these are two different people. Like either I have to be this submissive woman, which you don't want to be, or I have to be this manly, vulgar man, which isn't even most men. That they can't make there's no difference for them between the two. So what she does is that she says like I'm gonna make this beer. I make beer, but I'm also like a man. Like a what's that called? Like a tomboy or like a tom girl.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna act like a dude, but I'm a woman. I'm gonna curse. They kept
Oh my
cursing
god.
throughout the whole damn ad, as if that was like attractive. It's like I'm sorry you don't like yourself, but you're a woman. Act like one. Like that's pretty much what people have to say. Like I'm sorry you hate yourself, but that's not really my problem. You got to get back to being you. Like that's and so
Yeah.
pretty much talking. I think they were pretty much going along the same lines as Budweiser. It's like, look, we support trans people, we support women. It's like again, who said they don't support women? I'm still waiting for like these companies to come out and say like, oh yeah, we're the ones who didn't support women, and now we do. Like, where are these people at? Like this, it's like I don't understand what's going on here.
Apparently, Joe Rogan spoke about it. I believe on his podcast.
Of course he did.
He said, he said, I'd like to see a pie chart of how many women are actually involved in making beer, drinking beer.
Well, I'm sure there's some make beer. I mean, historically,
Yeah,
women,
obviously some, but
yeah,
I mean, like when you're talking about general
historically,
speaking,
yeah,
it's yeah.
historically, it would be women making the so in terms of the barrel. So you see the women who step on like grapes to make wine. Like that was typical historically, those were jobs for women. Like women would be working in mill houses to do that, or in ale houses to do like they would be helping ferment alcohol. Like that's something that was done. So I don't like do these women not first of all, these women don't know their history. They don't know. They're not their history, but they don't know history at all. It's like they don't know what women used to do. They don't know the roles of women in but they say like, well, women they don't have any rights. It's like you don't even know what you're saying. You have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then, and the same thing with Bud Light, Budweiser, where they essentially pretty much bring a dude on, to pretend who thinks he's a woman because he's mentally ill, and he's drinking beer. It's like, who is this helping? Like most
I
people.
forgot he's also on Nike too.
Oh yeah, he's on Nike, and he
I
also
forgot
won
about
prizes
that.
for like Women of the Year. I think he won like most courageous woman award. And it's just like,
Now,
what are you talking?
now to all the females, like, doesn't that offend you guys? Like,
I
doesn't that piss? piss you guys off?
That's where I was gonna go. It was like I don't know if women that watch that ad. And by the way, they're not watching that ad because they like Budweiser. It just came on, so it
Yeah.
probably caught their attention that there's this dude who's pretending to be a woman. I feel like most of them are saying like, "What? That's not a woman. That's a dude." Like I feel like they watched that, but the problem is that you can't. They a lot of them won't say anything because they don't want to get attacked. So, that was what's the next one? There was another one. Was there another one?
Um, there was Miller. There was Adidas.
Oh, at the Adidas, yeah. Well,
Adidas,
no,
Adidas is so disgusting, man. It's so unattractive, man.
oh,
I just don't
you guys.
understand. I don't understand the mindset, the concept of having a biological man who's trying to be a woman. Had like some kind of like swimsuit or something, but had the biggest bulge, had the biggest camel toe ever, like sideways. I'm like, that is so unattractive. It makes no
I think you
sense,
sent
man.
me that ad.
Uh,
I think you did.
it
Let me
was
actually
really
look at it
disgusting
again.
looking, man.
Oh, was it on Twitter? I think it was on Twitter. Yeah, no, it's disgusting what they're doing. It's like they like it's like they everything's sexualized. So they have to show a bulge. They have to show like something sexual. It's like I can't rationalize any of it.
Honestly, do you think like this year is probably the gayest year ever?
It is the gayest year ever.
There's so many of them, man.
I know. This has to be the
Next year,
gayest. I thought Obama was the gayest president. This is like the gayest presidency ever because everything is gay. Like he has a lesbian who's a press secretary. He had that non-binary luggage stealer. Um it's just gay people all around. It's like everyone's gay, everyone's a lesbian, or everyone's bi, or everyone's confused. It's like it's all like a whole mess, like charade. Honestly, it's like I'm surprised Kamala hasn't come out and said she's bi yet.
true.
Like that's what our life is in America. Everything's gay, and I thought Obama was the gayest president. It's like, and he was because he's married to a man. So, no, but I have a theory as to why this is happening. And people have been saying, like, again, they're like on the right, especially, they're like, "What's going on? Why are all these like woke ads coming out? Don't they remember who they're like? How could they forget who their clientele is?" It's like, well, no, they're not the ones doing it. Like all those old white people that you imagined in a corporate boardroom like 20 years ago or even 10 years ago, they don't exist. They're either dead or they've all retired or they're going to retire. And so even if they haven't retired, a lot of them have, and so they're all like, because remember, you can't say there's like the great retirement, this wave of like boomers and Gen X's that are just retiring post COVID, like mass retirements. And so what does that
Mhm.
lead to? Mass openings. And who's going to get the job? Mostly millennials, 30-year-old people who have come out these liberal
Yeah.
institutions like universities. They have internships at these other institutions like, the government or Silicon Valley, and so they or a lot of them that go to law schools, they get even more radicalized. So a lot of them come into these job positions already woke, and now they have levers of influence. So that Budweiser lady, she was only recently there. She wasn't there forever. She was recently there. This wasn't an epiphany that she had that I'm gonna make a woke gay advertisement. It was that I have this job now and I'm gonna reshape the way we do business because I don't like our client base. Because obviously the Budweiser Miller Lite client base is mostly what? White. And it's male, which is the two things they hate the most. White and males, white males. And then obviously there's like white Hispanics who drink it a lot too. And it's like, well, but they don't like that. They're not going to target that first. They're going to target white people. So all these companies, Ford, Adidas, Starbucks already had them. So like that's an accept that's not
Yeah, pretty
that's
much.
like the Starbucks ad is not surprising to me. What's funny is that what's weird is that they did it in India, which is
Yeah, that's the weird part because
that's the weird
I
part.
thought it was in America, which
Yeah,
I'm like,
no.
why is everyone surprised? Because Starbucks is Starbucks. It's mainly a lib
But
thing.
India
But like when
Starbucks,
it comes to India,
yeah,
that's when I was shocked because India.
yeah.
Well,
Like,
when you think about it, when it comes to the Indian people in India, they
well, they're
aren't for that
highly
stuff. They're
No,
really strict.
no, it's not even strict. It's like they're socially conservative, so they're like cultural.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's not even strict because it's not that they're not strict. That's just what they do. Like they're not gay. They're not like
Strict meaning like when it comes to religion and all that. But yeah, no, you yeah, pretty much like socially,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like to them that were like they would say to you like we are not strict. This is just what we do because we're Indians. It's like that's what they would do because like for them that's like for them gay is abnormal.
You did make a good point when you said there's mainly the millennials kind of like pushing this stuff. Uh, because I do see a lot of people, especially from conservatives, who are saying that oh Gen Z is doing this, Gen Z is doing that.
Yeah.
It's more the millennials trying to push it, but it's more the Gen trying to take it, and that's really scary when you think about it.
It's like the millennials are well, the millennials because that's a huge area. That's like 80s and 90s. Those people are like, if you were born in 1990, you're 30, you're 33 years old, pretty much.
Right.
So you're in the middle of your prime, like you're in the midst of your career. So you probably ascended to like maybe a high marketing position. So you might be like a marketing executive or a marketing a coordinator. So you're in a position to influence an agenda you have. And if the top, for example, the board of directors is filled with shareholders that are activists, because that's the other thing. There's like it starts from the top. So
Hmm.
the board of executives is completely different because the shareholders are now different. They're not the old ones that only cared about shareholder profit. These new ones they care about that, but what they really care about is messaging and agenda. So they care about are we are we woke enough? Are we gay enough? Are we black enough? Are we atheist enough? Because they'll tell you about diversity, but you know what they want. Because they don't love Asians like they think, like they tell you to, and they don't love Hispanics because Hispanics are voting right, are being right leaning now. So
Right.
it's like they're pretending, they're pretending to tell you certain things. So it's like all those people at the top are now activist shareholders. They're not in it for the money; they're in it for the messaging and the power because they want to control the message. And then second of all, and then so that trickles down. They hate trickle down economics, but they love trickle down influence at a corporation, where the top pretty much hires people that will follow in line. They come from Harvard, they come from Georgetown, they come from Stanford, they come from they hire from these coastal universities that are in favor of their ideology. They're not taking them from the Ohio State or from Northwestern or from Notre Dame. They're taking them from these coastal universities: Rutgers, NYU, Pace, the New School, Boston College, Harvard, Yale, Dartmouth, Stanford, UCLA, all those universities. And so all these people are being put into these key positions, human resources to finance to marketing to sales. And so they're reconfiguring everything. Everything's being reconfigured. And so
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
what they're doing now is saying we don't like our client base, we're going to expand it. But what they don't understand is that they're actually not going to expand it, they're going to retract it because those people who are hardcore clients, who have been probably clients for decades and decades, not because they're old, but because their culture, it's like a small town in like Virginia that's mostly white, they'd probably be drinking Miller Lite or Budweiser for years now.
Mhm.
Like that's probably like the go-to drink, not this, not like the Stellas, which is just people who want to feel fancy. They drink Stella because it's European, but it's like, all right, this is. But Stella's gonna have that problem too because a new generations are coming in as people retire, and most of them are woke. That's
Man,
the
that's
problem.
that's oh my god, that's gonna be sad. I mean,
Yeah, so
Stella's good too. I do like Stella.
yeah, but you're gonna have a gay. Stella's gonna be gay.
I'm assuming my webcam's fucked, but let's just pretend that I'm staring at two penguins just making out. So we'll
Yeah,
just
I
keep
was
it
gonna
at
ask
it.
something about that. I was like, because I was
It
like,
literally-
I'm not. It's not me this time. So I'm like,
no, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but
all right, well, I'm gonna see.
uh,
Maybe if I stop your video and restart it again, try it out.
no, it's fine. We'll just keep going.
Oh wow,
Um,
it's not letting me stop. Oh wow, it's crazy.
so I I don't know if they put out any more woke ads lately,
Well, they're going
but
to. There's gonna be a more and more of them. because you see what they're it's a whole on assault. Like these people again, these people have no shame. These people, these woke people have no shame. They don't care. They don't care what you think. They don't care if you don't like it. They don't care. If you've noticed, what did they do with Dylan Mulvaney? I mean, they didn't apologize for it. They just said, we didn't mean any harm. That's not apologizing for it. They're not saying that we were wrong for going against our clientele base. We recognize that it's a certain group of people that have been loyal to us for decades. No, they didn't say that. They said, well, we didn't mean for it to be this overreaction because they think this is an overreaction. They think that effectively they think we've proven their point that, yeah, look at them. They're intolerant. They don't like trans people. It's like, you're goddamn right we don't like trans people because it's ridiculous how you're imposing it. It's like, no. All right, Candy just exited. But yeah, it's like these people have been effectively replacing people for over all these decades. So all these older people that have been retiring since COVID, mainly because they're older, they can't retire, or maybe they can't adapt to the new technology, they're retiring. Who's coming in? These new people. And so these new people are ideologically driven. They're not driven by shareholder profit. They're not driven by the legacy and the goodwill of the company or the corporation. They're driven by an ideology. So they have to project woke ideals. So they're going to project uh, Dylan Mulvaney, women who are entirely too masculine to make it even look realistic, gay pickup trucks. What else? The Starbucks in India. And the India part is interesting because, again, like we just mentioned, it's a socially conservative country, typically, for the most part. It's those countries out in East Asia, they're religious, they're not into that. So what they're doing is pretty much trying to start the transformation. Oh, it looks like Candy was trying to get back in. And yes, he's tell him to get. Yeah, I think he's having problems, technical difficulties. Yeah, but that's the situation here. So that's my theory. We'll call it the Great Replacement theory. Not the one with Tucker with the white people and stuff. Um, I guess I have some time, so I guess we'll talk about that one. I mean, that's not even real. I mean, while we Candy comes back in, I'll talk about the Great Replacement theory. It's not far fetched because everything the left has been doing is leading towards people essentially to believe that uh, the government in key institutions of power or those who control the levers of power are actively attempting to take down the majority ethnicity of the country and to replace it with a new one or to create a minority state where essentially the people in power are minorities. So like South Africa. And where does South Africa lead? To violence. So these people are pretty much they feel that again 6 million people have come in through the border in this past year. There are about like 15 million people coming in total. Probably there's like 15 to 20 million people in. So they feel that these people, and as you see, as citizenship is being much discarded, these people are thinking that these people are being essentially spread out towards the country. They're being given the right to vote in places like New York, where a judge illegally, pretty much illegally, gave them the right to vote in their local elections. As you see these diversity quotas, these DEI, essentially where uh, your majority of your students that get admitted have to be a certain race, where your teachers have to be a certain race, where administrators that are also undiverse now have to be diverse, despite the quality of the education, the quality of the product, the quality of everything else. Even if that they don't care, because what matters is demography. Remember, the left already said that demography is destiny. So when you talk about that great replacement theory, it's not that they're making it up, it's that they're seeing what's going on. It's that white people, and that's who's getting targeted, they're saying, hey, we're the ones being threatened and attacked by all these people. So because we see that there's huge demographic changes that are unnatural. They're not normal. This isn't natural immigration. This is forced. This is coerced through policy and rhetoric. So they're saying, okay, we're being replaced. The military is looking for white rage. It looks like they're trying to replace us. It's like, well, none of that is normal. And so they feel that as the majority group, they're being attacked for things they're not responsible for at the present moment, and that these new groups are going to surpass them in numbers. I mean, there's less white people having kids. There's more Black and Hispanics having kids. Even though that's not a political phenomenon, it's being used for politics. Again, don't let a crisis go to waste. So all of that is combined. So, okay, you're back. All right, I was just talking about. I called my theory about the woke people. I called it the Great Replacement theory, and then I remembered that there's already a Great Replacement theory about the one about white people getting replaced. So I'm just explaining why the real Great Replacement theory isn't insane.
I think they need to start replacing Zoom because Zoom is fucking trash, honestly.
Your connection is trash because I was fine. You just started.
My connection is fine. It's just Zoom is being a fucking
Your
dick.
Zoom is being trashy.
This shit happened to you too.
It did. I did what you said though. I changed my USB port for my webcam. It was that. Maybe you have to do that.
Yeah, man, you white people need to wake up.
Yeah, honestly, because like we're minorities and we're not out to get you or anything, but there are
Yeah,
people.
I love a lot of you guys, but y'all need to
You guys need to
wake up.
realize that. Look, you guys can't keep trying to like, and it's like it's not unfounded. There's reasons why people say that because what they see. The media says they're racist. It's like no, they're not racist. They see the writing on the wall. They see all of these little policies like DEI, diversity, inclusion, and equity and inclusion, is specifically targeted to take them out of these places. Like like Stanford effectively has like 16% white people in admissions, but I think it's 16. But that 16 is pretty much like legacy kids. So these are kids that come from like wealthy families and they happen to be white. Those are the only white people they're getting in pretty much. And they're not really getting in any normal white people that are from middle class or lower class backgrounds. They're not. Most of the lower class kids are minorities. And that's the majority of the admissions.
Yep.
And that's not it only. It's like the staff. I mean, look at all that applies for teachers, administrators, and it applies everywhere, every single place. Even in corporate America now, especially even it's going to get worse, especially as more of this woke generation, the millennials, who hate the boomers, by the way, but the boomers at least kept this country in pieces. They've ruined it in part, but they've kept it afloat. Millennials are just going to sink it down into the ocean floor because they can't run shit. That's the crux of the argument. It's that they can't run anything.
We're just getting dumber and dumber.
They're just getting dumber and dumber. Yeah, I know.
I
And Gen
mean,
Z is not any better. I mean, Gen Z, all they care about is who owns the libs. It's like, okay, but tell me. And and the thoughts in the whatever podcast in Cobra Tate. It's like, yeah, Cobra Tate's not gonna come save you, buddy. He's not. He'll be in jail again because that's what's gonna happen to him. Not because he deserves it, it's because that's just what's gonna happen. You think they're not gonna stop to put him in jail again? Do you think they
no, I think they will.
yeah, they're gonna put him in jail again. He knows that. He knows it. He knows
Yeah,
it. He's not stupid.
he's ready to die.
Anyways,
So.